Hey, what's going on this morning, folks? This is you know who doing you know what. Driving around again, huh? Well, I'm on Park Road 4 in Central Texas, USA. It is 10:12 a.m. and it's 90 degrees. Yo. So, having said that, I'm just cruising, folks. Just cruising, just cruising. I got my chocolate almonds. I got my green tea in my stainless steel mug, so life is good. I mean, this is a big treat for me. But anyway, the topic for today will be a good one because it's something we're all interested in, I think. And it is this: all electric cars. That's part one of the topic. And then part two is all electric cars self-driving. And I've been keeping up with Elon Musk and his progress for the past few years. I like Elon Musk. I do. He started a little internet company and sold it, and then started PayPal and sold it to eBay for around 500 million or so. And anyway, he was capitalized, and so he then got into some things that he thought would benefit humanity, which were number one, transportation, electric cars. Number two, solar energy, basically unlimited energy supply. And then SpaceX, which he wants to expand the horizons for humanity to include colonies on Mars, etc., etc., etc. But the topic for today is electric cars. Do I want to buy an electric car? Answer: not today. Why? Range. What they call range anxiety. And for the price that I can afford, which is around $25,000, I can't even afford that, but I act like I can. And all you could get would be a car that would get 100-mile range or less. The Nissan Leaf is probably the best car in that market right now, the $25,000 market, and its range is right around 100 miles. They say they're going to have a 200-mile version in the next 2 years, which they probably will have. How much will it cost? We don't know. The Prius, the hybrid, the battery and gas, they work fine, and it's a perfect little transition. I drove a Nissan Leaf about 6 months ago. I love the all-electric. I do. I think it's neat. The torque is awesome. I mean, it'll go from 0 to 60 like a bullet, even that little car. And no noise. I mean, you get the tire road noise, but there's no engine noise at all. It's like running silent. I love it, love it, love it. As to Tesla, Tesla has a couple of models out now. They're in the 50,000 and up range, kind of out of my reach. They do have a 200-mile range. They are extremely fast and have all kind of high-tech stuff. In fact, a lot of them now have the Teslas now have a lot of self-driving capabilities, and they're expanding on those as we speak. Tesla just built a Gigafactory. You'll have to check it out on YouTube. Tesla's Gigafactory. It's near Reno, Nevada. They got some incentives from the government in Nevada, and that's why they built there, which I think other states missed a big opportunity, but that's another story. They're going to build lithium-ion batteries there for electric cars and other things. Samsung has joined them in that venture now. Not Samsung, scratch, delete, 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 delete. Toyota has joined them in that venture now in California, and they're going to expand into the Nevada venture shortly because they need lithium batteries for the Prius, as well as some other cars they're going to introduce. So, having said all that, what would prompt me to buy an electric car? Price, 1, 2, range. I need an honest, as close to 300-mile range as you can get. Now, bear in mind that electric cars lose about 25% of their range in the winter and in extreme heat. So people in Phoenix, Arizona, parts of Texas where I live, can be affected even in the summertime, but primarily it's in the winter. In the wintertime, I even notice it on my Prius. The gas mileage goes down from 55 miles to a gallon to about 52 to 53, and it's all because the engine has to run more to keep warm, of course, and then to keep the batteries charged, which are losing their charge more rapidly because cold weather just does that to them. So what we'll do is, anybody that has any comments or opinions, we can kind of do an informal poll. I know I won't get much response because I don't normally, so I don't expect. If you don't expect anything, you'll never be disappointed. But anyway, so you could leave comments whether you're for or against electric cars. If you like electric cars and the concept, state a reason or two. And also the logical step from that is all electric self-driving cars. In fact, recently there was a Tesla owner who claims that his Tesla saved his life. Because see, there's two things you can do in a Tesla right now. And that is you can call your Tesla from your cell phone and it will come to where you are. Is that neat or is that neat? Check it out. Well, anyway, this guy was in need of emergency room type medical attention. He called his Tesla, and told it to drive him to the nearest hospital emergency room, and it did it. You got me? It did it. Now, how useful is that for a guy that's growing older like me? I'm age 71. Okay? That means a lot. A lot. You drive down the highway and all of a sudden you're having a stroke or heart attack or something broke. You can just tell your car to take you to the nearest emergency room and it'll do it. And if you pass out, you're still going to arrive and somebody's going to notice you sitting out there with a horn honking. So, I love all the self-driving features that are coming. There's some on cars right now. You know, they've got the mirrors that will alert you if you try to move over in a lane and there's a car in that lane or approaching that lane. If you're getting too close to the car in front of you and you've got your car on cruise control, it will immediately slow down and back off. The Tesla has a feature that if you're at a stop sign or a red light and you start to pull out and there's a car coming, it will stop. It will not go. You know what I mean? And it will warn you of a jillion different things. Now, whether you can respond to them in time to save yourself, I don't know. The Tesla also is the Tesla has the highest safety rating of any car ever manufactured. Not now on the road, but ever. And the reason has a lot to do with that battery pack in the center that is surrounded by some protective architecture that causes like a side crash. It causes the impact to be minimized. God damn it. So, and also the crumple zones in the front and the back, because there's no engine in the front, there's actually a trunk in the front and a trunk in the back on the Tesla, that the crumple zones, the physics of the crumple zones allow for a very high safety rating. So, having said all that, let's get some feedback here, folks. Start punching those keys because electric cars are coming. They're here. You know, self-driving cars are coming. They're here in some cases, and I will live long enough to realize the advantages of that. Okay, amazing. Now, one more giant leap forward, and you know we're all concerned right now about politics and all the bullshit that's going on. I have to tell you, in 20 years, folks, that'll be non-existent. That'll be non-existent. Voting as we know it today won't even exist. Not. Political parties as we know them now will not exist. What will? Basically, it will be artificial intelligence. I mean, you know, because we'll have the knowledge to know every defect in the world and have the ability to correct it or get very close. And then genetic engineering, as far as replacing human body parts, that's basically great. You know, you're going to live a little longer, but what you're going to be is you don't want to be. You know, you're going to be part artificial intelligence and part you. In other words, your brain will have been completely mapped. You know, you'll be part computer and part human, and you know. But again, so two things today. Let me see, how have we been here? Too long? No, not too long. Anyway, these are such wonderful breakthroughs that are happening today that are being clouded by all this misery of riots and shit. You know, who cares about Black Lives Matter? God damn it. You know, and the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are equally corrupt, you know, as to whether they're, and change. Everybody talks about change. You know what's going to change? Your underwear. That's it. Come on. You know, it doesn't matter how you vote. It only matters who counts the votes. But having said all that, the happiness today is this. There are so many exciting technological breakthroughs happening as we're speaking at this moment, at this very moment. I mean, and me, even at age 71, am going to get to participate in some of them. If I live a healthy 15 or 20 more years, which, you know, I give myself 50-50, then I'm going to get to see a lot of these things. And self-driving cars, would I like that? Shit, yes. I mean, just get in the car and say, take me on a drive over to Llano, Texas and back, and then lean back and enjoy the ride. Shit, yes. Turn on a little music, kind of lean back, spin around in your chair, and not have to worry about the cost of fuel at all. You got me? And if the Arabs want to pull their little shitty deeds, let them pull it. You know, they know they're in trouble. They really do. And a lot of this ISIS and other things are brought about by the loss of income from oil revenue to those countries. You know, they're not used to going without. They've had a good life. Some of them, not all of them, but the kings over there have lived like gods for 50 or 60, 70 years or more, maybe 1,000, I don't know. But, and it's oil money for the last 100 years or 125. And that oil money's going away. Price of oil today is about $40 a barrel and dropping. And there's no wars. War as we've known it, where we take in tanks and all the armament, burn up a lot of diesel fuel and jets doing this and that, burning up fuel. That's gone. That's over. We use Predators now. One of the low Predator aircraft or 2 or 3. Zero in on 2 or 3 targets and they're gone. We don't send 1/10 as many men into war now as we did 20 years ago. And getting less every day. And the military is having to deal with that reduction in force. The guys they want in the military now are pretty intelligent fellows. They don't want just the old average rum-to-dum cowboy. You know, they want somebody that, of course, they always want a few of those because you can order those to do any stupid thing and they'll go do it without question. You got to have those. Those are called pawns. Pawns. I was a pawn. I was wasn't a good pawn, but I was a pawn. So the good news today, folks, that there's so much happiness and so much good happening in the world that we should have chill bumps. I mean, it's happening, man. I mean, it's not like it's Tomorrowland and boy, you can't see it coming. It's here. It's here. I mean, there are Teslas on the road now. There are self-driving cars on the road now. You know, Elon Musk and Tesla just built a gigafactory. You got to check that thing out. I don't know how many acres it covers, but I want it about 150 acres is the plant. That's big. That's big, 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 big. And what they're going to make there is lithium-ion batteries, and it's a whole new technique. You know, it's a whole new way to manufacture things. The number of employees in that place is minimal. It's all robotics. All robotics. Very, very, very little human intervention. And that's the world we're headed for. And that's what's causing all the unrest. Because the government's function, one of the many, is to create jobs. Well, it's hard to create jobs in a vacuum. It really is. And you can tell Trump and all these other people, oh, we're going to bring jobs back, we're going to do manufacturing here. You are. Where? And with what? If you brought manufacturing back to the United States of America, if you think it's going to be like it was in the 1950s, you're dreaming. There's so much in robotics they do now to build a car that they use 1/50th of the personnel they used in the 1950s and build twice as many cars and better cars. They're better built, they last longer. You know, this Prius I've got right now, I don't know how long, I'm talking like hell, ain't it? Anyway, but this Prius I've got right now has got 47,000 miles on it. And I could drive it for 300,000 miles. And only replace the brakes and air filters. That's it. And tires. You may not even have the spark plugs, they don't know how long they last. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, you had to change them about every 10,000 miles. Now, you know, there's cars with 200,000 miles on them, never changed plugs. And never done anything to the engine. But anyway, having said all that, the good news is there's some exciting technological breakthroughs on the horizon and happening right now. Get excited, folks. Let's go. Wake up. Let's go get them. Leave a comment, or two or three. Leave me some opinions, and I'll post another video and tell everybody what you thought. So, having said that, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye. Woo, did I nail it? Woo, dog. Get down, home. Yeah. Bye.